We're following developments this weekend in the case of Randal Worcester. He's the man who was at the center of a violent arrest in Mulberry that grabbed national headlines. Today, we learned that a Crawford County judge acquitted Worcester for crimes he was alleged to have committed on the day of his arrest. This ruling comes after a mental health assessment deemed him unfit to understand the criminality of his conduct. He'll now be sent to the Arkansas State Hospital until it's deemed he is no longer a danger, and then will be released with some supervision. Tonight, we're hearing from both prosecutors and defense attorneys about the ruling. 5 News reporter Parker Abels is here with what lies ahead for Worcester.
Lauren Randal Worcester's attorney tells me he is doing as well as can be expected given the circumstances of everything he's been through. The criminal trial set to begin Monday is now canceled. Randal Worcester has been acquitted of charges including first-degree terroristic threatening and second-degree battery stemming from a 2022 encounter with multiple law enforcement officers. On Friday, a Crawford County judge ruled that while Worcester was competent to stand trial, he lacked the capacity due to mental illness to understand or follow the law at the time of the incident.
Well, he'll be admitted to an appropriate mental health facility in Arkansas where there will be an evaluation done related to his dangerousness. There may be a recommendation for continued inpatient treatment for a while, or he can be released for outpatient with continued requirements for follow-up.
Worcester was at the center of a police brutality case seen here that led to prison time for 2 officers. And while this marks the case's conclusion, his attorney Rachel Bassett says a jury would have reached the same verdict.
Based on everything that's available, as Dr. Beeman laid out in his report, Randal has a long history of mental health conditions. He had just recently been released from a mental health facility in Oklahoma before he arrived in Arkansas. He had been on the road for several days. He had not had his medications. They were stolen. He was dehydrated. It was extremely hot. All of those things came together to lead to what happened that day.
Washington County's Chief Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Dennis Dean, the special prosecutor appointed in this case, says while this type of ruling is rare, it does happen.
It's not unheard of. I have had cases that actually went to a jury trial where the jury decides that based on the testimony of the testifying doctors, the person did not understand what they were doing. In this case, the state doctor said that he did not understand what was going on. So at that point, I don't have a witness.
He says he has no choice but to agree with the medical professional's diagnosis.
He made this decision. And again, the judge is an attorney. I'm an attorney. The defense is obviously an attorney. We can't argue with a doctor. He has a medical degree. We don't.
Bassett says Worcester is currently in good spirits following the order.
He is doing as well as can be expected, given the circumstances of everything that he's been through, but we're pleased with the result.
The prosecutor tells me that once Worcester's time at the mental health facility is complete, he hopes Worcester will return home to his family in South Carolina. Parker Abels, 5 News.
Thanks, Parker. Both of the former Crawford County deputies convicted of depriving Worcester of his civil rights during the violent arrest were sentenced to prison in federal court. Levi White received 5 years and 3 months, while Zach King received 1 year. Both entered plea deals, and White is now appealing the sentencing and asking the court to reconsider it, arguing it was unduly harsh compared to King's. A third officer with the Mulberry Police Department seen in the video never faced charges. You can follow all the updates on White's appeal and find all of our coverage on this case with our free 5 News smartphone app.